Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
5 calls for destiny. 5 calls for glory. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? We took 3 people that are there. One did 1,200 calls, one did 1,500 calls, one did 1,800. The 1,800 is Bruce Whipple. We know you're not going to do 1,800, so we do 1,200. We divide it by 12, that's 100 cold calls a month. We know you're only going to work 5 days a week. That's 5 cold calls a day that you won't do. Pretty astonishing. We only have, let's see, 31, 70, 31. We only have 24 years, no, actually 23 and a half years of data to substantiate that. Pretty fucking remarkable. That's why when I started in 1993, I thought that I'd do $1 trillion. Fuck. I may do it in 2-3 years. 17 years it took me. 17. And you've heard on you've heard on YouTube countless times. And it's one of the things I started. You never underestimate how wrong you can be. I grossly underestimated the level of self-confidence and self-esteem that people had, which is non-existent, really. I thought you had some, but you don't have next to nothing. But for the people that do this, somebody in here told me they could make 1,400 cold calls in 3 days. Allegedly a cold calling motherfucker. We'll see. Time will tell. I've heard that before. But you could have just looked at the website, this is on there someplace, and done this, and saved yourself whatever you saved. Trip here, jet lag, whatever. And some people have. And Gabriel did, but he came anyway. And I already said, I think the second day, when I ascertain in microseconds whether they're a prospect or a suspect, I just hang up and use the dial again. Not thank you, have a nice day. Just hang up and just keep drilling. And now they have all kinds of machines, speed dials, and all kinds of shit. They didn't have it, first of all, when I was doing it. And later on, when I was still cold calling, I never used it because I was just used to the phone. Anybody have any questions? Did everybody understand that? And a cold call is you got through to a seller, a decision maker. We do not leave messages in QLA. You will. We do not text in QLA. You will. That's what you do on the phone, right? Text? Is that okay? Text. I called it right. Most of the office practices that you use today, we don't use. We don't use. And I told you earlier, it might have been the first night, at least the first day, the best time to call to find a decision maker is late Fridays, Saturday, Sunday. Because the only person that's going to be in the office is an owner. So when you get back from your personal trainer and your massage therapist, and you call them at 11:30 in the morning, you won't be able to get the right person. And you may have to make, if you do everything wrong, 100 calls to get with the one. But it's 5 decision makers. And you're on you're on the yellow brick road, like in the movie. We're gonna do the goals and affirmations not when we're on camera, for a lot of obvious reasons. It'll become more obvious when you start telling your goals and affirmations. Excuse me. Last night you saw Carnegie, and I may have mentioned when I spent my 75th birthday at Skibo Castle, his home. It's not really a castle, but anyway, that's a whole other story. The only difference between a big estate like his or the actual house itself is that all the door handles are about this high off the ground. All the door at Skibo. Yeah, okay, and all the doors are open. So all the doors are open in the big house, so you don't really notice it. But Sally and I had dinner in some of the private dining rooms there, and so the doors were closed, and so it's obvious. It's because he was a little guy, short guy.